Hey everybody, welcome. Andrew Ainsworth Golf Academy here. As always, thanks for watching the video today. I do appreciate it. So I posed you the question, what is offset and what can it do to help you or hinder you? Offset is one of those terms that's bandied around in the golf business, and a lot of the time people say to me, I say, what about the offset of the club if I'm fitting them? They say, oh yeah, offset, yeah, I know all about that. And then they look at me sometimes and go, actually, I'm not too sure what it means. So I thought it would be a good opportunity to maybe just try and simplify what offset's all about and explain to you a little bit more about it. So I've used a book here called The Search for the Perfect Golf Club, image up there, and it's written by a bloke called Tom Wishon, who's an American fella. He's been in the golf business, I think, pretty much all his life, and he wrote this book back in about 2006. And any of you out there interested in golf club design and the techs behind golf clubs, everything's in here. It's a brilliant book. And I want you to just listen to what Tom Wishon says about offset. So hope I don't bore you too much with this. I'll try and keep it brief. Offset is a design condition in club heads in which the neck or the hosel, I'm going to put some pictures up as I speak to you about this so you can see the neck and the hosel, in which the neck of the hosel of the head is positioned in front of the face of the club head. Let me just jump in and do a little close-up here so you can see what I'm talking about. Here's the neck of the hosel, that's the bit where the shaft comes in. And if you look at the front of the hosel here, and then you look at the leading edge of the club, you can see how much that leading edge of the club is set back from the front of the hosel. This is what we refer to the offset. If I just grab the eye blade, which I'm doing the comparison on here, hope the camera will pick that up. Again, look at the front of the shaft hosel there, and look at the leading edge. You can see how that's a little bit more in line. So the eye blade, as we'll discuss a little bit later, has a little less offset. Back to Tom. Put another way, offset is the distance that the forward side of the neck or hosel of the club head is set in front of the bottom of the face of the club head. I think we've pretty much nailed that down. What are the benefits of offsetting? This is where it gets a little bit more complicated and a little bit more difficult maybe to understand. So there are two benefits. Let me go back to Tom again. The two benefits of the offset design that can help the golfer are to square the club face at impact. Now, a lot of golfers which I teach, right-handed golfers, have problems with the ball flight going to the right, be it a slice or a fade. Now, this is due to many factors, and don't shoot me on this because I know it's not definitive. It can be down to swing path being a little bit out to in, or it can be down to the way we deliver the club face to the ball. A lot of golfers' swing paths are quite good, but deliver the club face a little bit open, and that can impart the spin. And I know there's things like spin axis and spin tilt and stuff like that. I'm not going there at the moment. So squaring the club face, the more offset in the club head, the more time the golfer has on the downswing to rotate the face of the club head back around in order to get to impact with a slightly squarer face to the target line. So my hand is the club face, and the club's getting rotated on the way through, okay, back to square. We're coming with that club face open, we're going to impart spin to push the ball out to the right for a right-handed golfer. So offsetting is going to potentially help you square the club up because the club face arrives at impact a split second later than with the club that has no offset. Other benefit to having more offset is offset will position the center of gravity a little bit further back in the club. So back in here we can get more weight, more center of gravity. Now when you've got a golf club with center of gravity set more back, helps get the ball up in the air. So again, a lot of golfers new to the game or golfers who are struggle with height. So having a golf club with some offset on it and the center of gravity back higher in the club will help produce that higher ball flight that we're potentially looking for. So there we go. That doesn't just apply to irons either. This will apply to woods. We don't see it too much these days, but back in the day we used to see drivers set up with a lot of offset. So again, same as the irons, you set backwards. They were called anti-slice drivers, offsetting, and most companies did one. Ping did one, I think Callaway would have done one, TaylorMade, Cobra did an offset driver. Very popular with golfers who tended to slice the ball. Don't see it so much these days. We tend now to see more weight being positioned in the heel of the club to try and counteract the face opening, or just setting the club face a bit closed to start with, which I suppose is what offsetting potentially did as well. So let me just wind up by just telling you the differences between the G410 iron and the Ping eye blade. Some images down there or up here for you to have a look at. These were both off the websites. A 7-iron G410 has 0.18 of offset, and the Ping eye blade 7-iron has 0.09, so approximately 50% less offset on the blade as compared towards the G410. Now, why would the more accomplished golfer, why would the tour pro tend to use a club with less offset? Because these guys and girls want to move the ball around potentially. They want to be able to shape it, and a club with less offset will probably help you move the ball around. Now again, there will be exceptions to the rule there, but you look at a lot of tour players, they are still using blade, muscle backs or cavity backed irons with less offset, because that's generally what they like to see it address as well. So there we go. I'd now love to throw that open to you who are watching the video. Tell me your experience of using heavily offset irons, moving to irons that have less offset. Drivers, anyone still using an offset driver out there? Did it help? Did it make things worse? Should we not be using things? Should we be trying to improve the swing? There you go. I'll put that out there as a question. So always intrigued to read your comments, and I will try and answer as many comments as I can, although sometimes it's impossible for me to reply to all of them, but I will try my best. Hey, thanks for watching the video. It's been a pleasure. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you like the videos, and I'll be back soon with some more content. All the best. Bye for now.